Hello, hello. Welcome to part 7 of my tournament match against Blaj. We left off with a rehost and decided to pause there for the day yesterday. So we're going to continue here. We've got quite the standoff, and I have points victory at turn 109. So 4 turns away or so. Just checking my notes for things that I left off to do. Yeah, so we're 11 points away from victory with 2 wonders in the pipeline. That's 4 points. And then 2 more religious wonders. That's 8 points. And then 3 cities that are 1 turn away from strong. That is 11 points total, which is what we need. So yeah, just waiting on Blaj and Scientific to join. And then we will be off to the races. It's got some biremes down here. We've got some triremes. So we will see here what is going on. And yeah, we did some tile buying. We set up very aggressively here. Of course, hit here. We may want to pull these boats back in case he wants to attack the boats, honestly. Let's see. Although these boats can move a long way. All right, Cyan is in, just waiting on Blaj now. We'll see here. We also, of course, have elephants for massive route chains, should we so desire. Yeah, so it'll definitely be pretty interesting here. And yeah, I don't think he can take a city in 4 turns, so I'll probably leave a unit in here somewhere. Zanker goes up to here. But yeah, I don't really see a way for him to take a city in 4 turns. We should probably swap this trireme basically to a council because we're less than 4 turns away. We could just cancel that city now. Because anything less than 4 turns, these two maybe we rush out because they're right at the front. We can always rush this out if need be. But yeah, I think this one's just a 4-turn council here. Right, feel free to start. All right, we're off to the races here. We will see what sort of damage we can do. At the start of this, we are at 5,000 military score and quite a lot of science. He's slipped down to naive and similar. Curious what that mill graph looks like. Probably want to get some of these boats closer. So let's see here. Okay. Nothing yet. Decided to start with the timer. He has lots of time banked, so that should be fine. Yeah, let's see what happens here. We've got our plan pretty well in scope here. Do have our one swordsman ready to go here. Family opinion is mostly good. We're just trying to fix our friends, the statesmen. Getting everyone in the same religion is, of course, really important. So definitely would love a better interface for tracking who's near religion-wise. All right, he has attacked. Expected, expected. Yep, rip my sweet workers. Fine, they did their job. Also, we're back on serfdom. Let's get over here. He can. Great spot to attack. Or even here, probably. See more stuff going on. He's buying some tiles. It's interesting. I guess he wants more hunter territory. But he should be attacking into me, so I don't know. Maybe he doesn't realize how close I am to point victory. He will next turn when 3 cities, although he did say all your cities are coming strong at the same time, so he should realize that. Curious to see how much Malith speeds up. Necropolis is going to be 24 culture, so we'll speed up quite a bit. Although, I don't know that it'll speed up that much. That's pretty big. Both these wonders, yeah, we'll have an extra 30. Like 84. Definitely cut some time off of it. We need 2 more points. Foolishly started this a little late. Okay, okay. Right. Some movement. Is he backing up? Looks like he's backing up. That is interesting. I don't think we need a trireme here. We'll just send this one over. I don't know, it's even needed. I think we're good boat-wise. Can probably just camp another mangonel here. He's very aggressively tile buying. Interesting. Curious. Does he think I'm going to attack into him? Well, he's upset. Sages are furious. And the traitors are upset. So, pretty big family opinion advantage in my favor. Just building a trireme there. Pikeman, archer. They need to get some of these internal roads up. Taking some of these workers east. Yep. The boat. And the city. City. Worth fortifying. 4 turns left. Yeah, I'm not really sure what he's doing here. He's backing up. Really tempted to just plop onto that hill, honestly. That's the worker. I can snarl from here to build a fort on that hill. This guy might be able to go up there. You can road up there. So stuff going on over here. Confused. Is there an anchor somewhere that I'm not aware of? So definitely want to get a mangonel set up somewhere around here, probably in the city. It's not going to add extra time. Interesting. I don't think it matters. So cool. Manor, coinage, drama, stirrups, scholarship. I guess we just go straight for barding at this point. So go stirrups. Doesn't really matter though. Let's see. That guy was apparently mangonel. Turn away. We can forces back a bit. Let's do our events. Get some stone. Seems fine. Would rather have the civics. Would rather have the civics. We can just take the XP. Now run volunteers. Let's see what we got here. We can run with volunteers. Mangonel completed. Do another mangonel. Rush that out. Ballista completed. List at this point. List completed. Rush that out with volunteers. Start elephant with volunteers. Decree. Mangonel. Ballista. Completed. This one over. Be more than enough over there. Put these guys over. Where's our fresh ballista? Add a road. Add a road. Add a road. Up here. City. 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 Here. Dingus trireme. I think this is far enough away we do that. This is probably far enough away we do that. Rebel assistance. Yep. Let's think here. Mangonel, mangonel. Okay, that's now done. That's now done. Everything in the back line is done. Let's check what our dudes are. Let's see. That's a damaged worker. This worker is not damaged. Over here and start a fort. This worker is okay, so we need a. This worker can maybe get over here. Start a fort. These workers are cool. Workers cool. We're just looking for workers we can pull over. We definitely want our road building crew. This worker can also can't get over there anyway. Okay, well, we can just move this guy along the way here, I think. And then this guy. Here. Do you have a mangonel somewhere? Here, ballista, mangonel, yep. Mangonel's cool. Mangonel's cool. Mangonel's cool. Okay. I do stupid blocking tricks. Even worth though? Do 8. Do we have any workers nearby? There. Ideally we want some pikes. Pull this one back. Pike. Pike. Worker nearby that I can pull. Don't see one. Leave that there. This can come north. Pretty much it. Slinger here. It's blockage. Blockage. There's blockage. It's already fully moved. Slinger's a blockage here. Really hard for him to get in. It's reasonable. What else do we have on our list? Oh, we got that. We got that. It's along here. That ends turn. Let's see what happens here. No, I'm not sure why. I don't think it matters at this point, sir, but we will see here. 2 years and 3 years because I fracking misclicked. Mangonel, cancel all that. Could definitely rush that out with civics, because why not? Everything else, the back line can just go and do stuff. Probably go decree here, I guess. Not really sure. You could just go decree at this point, or constitution. We're not building a hard training at the moment, so yep, everything's rushed. That all-important road network to let that ballista get where it needs to go. Okay, attack. Another one here. Expected. Yep. Get this in there, and then probably kill that easily. Yeah. Use an archer. To get into range, though, whatever kills that will die. You can just replace it next turn, too. Confused. Plan here. Cycle drama, I think, is better. So I'd like Bodkin. How's my slinger count? Some. So. Okay. Here we go. Yep. Presume you're going to kill the mangonel. Now that's in range of my mangonels, so also my ballistae. why these guys are coming up. Build some roads. Also now in range of ballistae. A mangonel. Killing civilians. Stompy boy action here shortly. Good archive, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Full rush economy at this point. So Pikmin coming out, Trireme. Buying tiles, interesting. Okay. Sweet Hunter bonus, I guess. Prevent me from building roads, I don't know. A stay, yep, good call. Problem, of course, is you're on the clock. Just ban the Pikmin. Not sure how I even clicked on that. Thank goodness it has a confirmation, because what? Drama for the spin and then get Bodkin Arrow. Free Longbowman, also a possibility. Either is okay, actually. Kill that. Pretty sweet. And then one of these could go on a nice route chain. City. Anchor one of these. Anchors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Anchor right here. We can anchor there. We'll see what we can do here. One more road there. Potentially connect this road. Yeah, it'd be bad. Let's see. Okay. Get the free longbows. It's going to be more useful than... Is it? Yeah. Okay. Endeared, sure, that seems fine. Necropolis, love it. Upgrade. Firing, no really matters. Okay, this guy can unlimber here again. Need a healthy rider worker. There's some elephant happy action here. Let's see here. This doesn't hit. This does hit. That gets me more splash. Now let's think what we want to do here. We can add a road. These guys as well. Okay. Definitely no taking that. Need a pike. Oh, that's a big fire. Oh, that's unfortunate. Give me a pike. Okay, let's get this guy out of here. Put this guy into here. I think I said anchor. One more here. Anchor here. This can hit that. This can hit that. Cool. Disciple. Up here. Can we get over here? We can. Focus, sure. Critical. Love to see it. Something for that back line. Lack of range really hurts me. Let's pull another one up. Force march this guy through. Everyone's happy, so that's okay. We can come through. Just keep doing insane damage back here. We don't have the orders for more, sadly. This guy here to defend that. All right, mangonel completed. Moon decree. Council. 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 No, we want. What do we want? We want another mangonel here, I think. 5. We can do another mangonel here. Trireme. We're fine there. Council. Lista doesn't really matter. Council. Council. Turreted elephant out. Why not? Decree. Everyone's happy. Anchoring again there. Reclaim Utica. Weaker. Okay. Yep. Two turns away. Foolishly. Could have been one turn. Mal is 8 years away itself, so. Should be able to take it out. Yeah, you can just hit it with that. Three longbows are more useful than bodkin, I guess. I don't know. Really does not matter. I have a horse here, which should do some nice damage on my ballista. Three, four, or no. 1, 2, 3, 4 in. Yeah, just calculating route paths, route chains. Who is my strongest? This dude. Battleborn while flanking. Strike sounds good. Looks like it's strike 2. Go to town here. Okay, cleaning this up here. Good. Lots arranged. Back up to similar. This guy's even closer. Combat. And we get combat 2. Strike. What do we prefer? That could be 25% attack versus 15. So yeah, I'll do strike. Okay. Pull one of our fortified dudes up here. Toggle to buy. Tiles as well. Problems here, that city's going to fall as soon as I hit it. Fun combat though at the end here. Always fun to see some late game combat. Worst part is I don't think any of these tactical plays matter. Oh, elephant panic. Okay. It's a very dead elephant. Okay. Okay. Bigger problem here is this can hit here. And yeah. Okay. I think that was a worker. I don't remember. Pretty sure it's a worker. Yeah, that's very dead. Oh, that was my onager that he blasted out. Okay, out of the fort. Cute, cute. Some fun route chains coming up here. Okay, okay. Sweet, more stuff. Okay, I guess he wanted to reduce, but we got a lot of stuff we can hit here. Yep. It's the anchor. We'll see if he blocks off that city or not, because otherwise that city's going down. Oh, he didn't notice the anchor. Paused. Curious why he paused. Okay. Any messages at the moment? We're gonna do some epic route chaining here. Oops. And it would have been point victory had I done things right, but I messed up and accidentally assigned an ambassador first. So here we go. Well, we'll get 4 points here, and then we need 2 more. We really had a paranoia. We could put something on there. That'd be funny. All in range of a lot of mangonels. Fuck, I crashed. That's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Rehost from autosave them. Back up. Okay, Cyan hopefully is back in. Start the timer, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'll start on my turn. Courtesy. Oof, that's a lot of stuff lost there. And yeah, if not for that ambassador, we would have. It should be up. Hmm. Pretty epic route chain hanging out back there. I can't quite take care of it. That's okay though. Blocking it off with boats. Okay. Would have been game except for this freaking Cowcon, but yeah, that's fine. All these guys over. I'll have some fun route chains. It'll be good. And it's like you then. Cool. It doesn't really matter tech-wise. We got the Holy Sight. We got the Wonder. Big Feet. Family Opinion. Zealot is fine. See the World. Exploring. Endeared. Sure. Okay. Well, we have this cute little fire ship we upgraded last turn. Let's just punt that out. Did I misclick my anchor here? How come I can't move in here? Let's see. This anchor reaches here. This is anchored, right? Okay. Yeah. So then this can requires anchored ship. Why does that say requires anchored ship? Move here. Requires anchored ship. Why is that required anchored ship? That can move. Why can this move? Odd. Okay. I'm very confused why I can't move here. Isn't that anchored? We have an anchor. This is anchored. Very, very confused. Okay, that's weird. Sure. Let's hit this, hit that. We can hit this, this, that, that. Yep. Any other mangonels? I'm terrified of that menu at the moment. Cool. Get this big boy. Strike 2. Nice. Now we can pull this guy over here. Anything closer? Should have gone the other way. That's okay though. We have another horsey we can bring over here. Another. Yeah. Didn't we have markers somewhere in here? Yeah, one right here. It's up here. It's not quite right. Okay. Feet. Okay. We have that, which we can really figure stuff out here. Flanking bonus here. That. That. And what we need are swordsmen. Can't reach in there, that's okay. Where's our longbowman? Oh, really? Not quite enough. Well, that's pretty much it then. I think that's GG. So we'll just end turn here. Really confused why I couldn't hit with my thing. All good. Panic. Yep. Doesn't really matter. Really does not matter. Thank you and good night. Okay, well, that is pretty much the game there. Without the Religious Wonder, we'd be 17 turns away from point victory, or a wonder, which we should have started earlier if we didn't have that Religious Wonder. A lot of us stay if we need to pull them up. Okay, fire ships tossing boats around. Great. Fortunately, we have point victory next turn, so none of this matters. Pretty epic game, though. Mangonel's definitely very strong here. I think that was the right call. Pikes into Mangonels. Better than longbows, I think. We're back to somewhere, yeah. Okay, still weaker. There's a ton of troops ready to go as well. On route chains. All right, so I guess we'll just do post-game chat, and that will be it here shortly. Cal Khan, 1 turn off. Yeah, no risk of either any cities falling. Did not look like he managed to take that out. Cool. That is game. GG. Epic game. The defense of Durathara. I never fell. Points victory. Actually click victory. All right, so there we go. Let's take a look at some charts. Mill score. Oh wow, we were pretty neck and neck for a long time. Really turn 100 where I started pulling ahead massively with Rush economy. And then the big drop, he dropped from 45 to 33. I dropped from 58 to 53. So yeah, that's a big drop there. Science-wise, oh yeah, he had a pretty big, oh, totals is not working there. Okay, now it is. Okay, sure. Yeah, we ended up with a 1500 science point lead, but it, I guess they changed how this was calculated, so that's probably why there's zeros there, but he had a pretty significant science lead for a long time. I didn't cross him until 73, then zoomed way ahead. It took some time. I guess these totals are correct, so I didn't really pass him in total science until turn 98, so... Hello, hello.
Hello, alcaras. All right, hold on. Wait a minute. Chat, let me know if you can hear him because I can't hear him. But
Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello.
I want to make sure that. Oh, that's what it is. My headset's not plugged in. That's why I couldn't hear anything earlier.
I'll do it.
Doofus. Yep. All right, say something.
Testing something. Can you hear me now?
Oh, that's why I unplugged my headset because for some reason it's super quiet. But whatever, I can read what you're saying anyway, so okay. I'll do it that way. Yeah. Congratulations on the victory, buddy. How are you feeling?
Good. I mean, it was. I'm looking at the graphs now, and I didn't realize how close it was all the way through. I definitely.
Yeah, it was close. Science. I mean, you definitely took a definitive lead there, but power-wise, I mean, yeah, you guys were neck and neck for most of it.
Yeah, we didn't really diverge until turn 100, but I think just rushing everything everywhere gave me an edge.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the risk, right? You get into these end game states, and the economy all goes into overdrive, and so you have to be. I mean, honestly, if we look over at Blaj's economy, his big issue right now is he has negative 100, 1,000 gold, and his politics suck. His family hate him. He has one furious family, one angry family, and a disappointed family. But resources wise, he's similar to you, where most of his resources are over 200.
Yeah.
So econ wise, he's pretty solid, but he just fell behind in things like science and shit.
He has more wood than I do too, although I took that early stone lead, and that was a big difference in wonder production. I think because I settled south first, and he didn't settle south with the mountains, so like he cleared those mountains areas late.
Yeah. Yes, he was delayed. That's a big thing that that's the thing that I think made a huge difference in that match. In this match, you cleared the southern peninsula very early, which has really good landscapes for things like quarries and groves and stuff. And Blaj didn't clear the southern peninsula until something crazy like turn 60 or 80, somewhere in that window. He was trying to work. He was working on it. He hadn't even started working on the southern peninsula by the time you launched your first assault on Durathara. So that
Definitely want to watch that Durathara assault because I thought I had a dominant position going in, and looking at the chart, I did 810 to somewhere at 810 to 510, and then 10 turns later, he has 810 and I have 510.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of commentary in that moment was operating on the assumption that you were just going to kind of sweep it, but I think it's a classic mistake of not. I mean, I think that was also right around the time that he upgraded into archers.
Yes, he just
maybe,
upgraded. Yep.
Yeah.
I went in seeing he upgraded
but
instead of reconsidering the
Slinger
attack.
is on their own, or just yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, but I saw the upgrades and was like, I'm going to go for it instead of just saying, wait a second, the situation has changed with those upgrades. I don't remember exact turn I attacked, but like, so.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky. We were also joking in chat just now, like even this end game situation. Um, uh, there's a clear advantage here. You pretty quickly devastated the Babylonian forces, but I think even when you're in a winning position, it can be tricky to discern exactly how strong you are and what damage you can do until you're actually fighting in the situation, and you basically discover what both sides are truly capable of.
Yes, yeah, even here his counterattacks were stronger than I expected. So, yeah, and obviously route chains are really, really good, and ballistas do insane work against his entire force pretty much. So.
Yes, he didn't have much in the way of spears in his composition.
He did get pikes.
I guess he did have pikes, but they weren't. I suppose they just weren't positioned well enough. That's the interesting thing, because I think one thing that can be tricky to remember is that zone of control, you can't walk through two pikes with a mounted unit, but you can route through two pikes with a mounted unit.
Yeah.
So that's it. Not like through the pikes themselves, but in between the space of a pike, you can actually route through them, and that can probably be something that maybe can trip a player up in the right situation.
Yes, I agree. Definitely. Also, I think I had good vision with my agents and scouts to see that he was building boats, because that also could have been a really nasty surprise.
That could have been really and it's interesting because he was building boats. I suspect aiming maybe he and targeted cartography, aiming for I guess a mass upgrade to come at you, and he had some econ issues, he had some lumber issues there, but more interestingly, I found was that you actually hit cartography before him. You managed to hit cartography before he did, and then of course you just ortho rushed a bunch of triremes into the ocean, and that shut that down pretty definitively.
Yeah, orthodoxy rush,
So,
but yeah.
but you know what? I like that. I think moments like that are very clear displays of being able to, pay attention to your opponent, read the situation. First step is vision. Second step is, paying attention, seeing that he's actually building a boat. And the step 3 is, okay, well, how can I solve that problem? And you very quickly pivoted to cartography, and then you just spat out a bunch of triremes, and you're like, okay, problem solved, moving on.
Yeah.
And that's a really fun element of the game.
Yeah. Definitely interesting. Hopefully Blaj will be able to join us here. He played very, very well.
Yeah.
So
He did play well. He has mounted very many surprising defenses of locations in his tournament matches. Uh, he's been on the receiving end of attacks that viewers or commentators in the moment have said, "Oh, he's definitely going to lose here," and then. In this case, he did lose the game, but at the very least, survives the battle where everyone thinks, "Oh, he's gonna lose." So he had decent tactics and I think decent game sense around armed conflicts.
yeah,
So that's really it's been a joy to watch.
absolutely. And his boat play at the end there, I didn't realize that boats would exert zone of control, because I was very confused why I couldn't land something on Utica. I thought I saw a tile to go to. Hello.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. There's a couple of times where you either asked a question or someone asked you a question and you didn't know, and I very cheekily was like, Alcaras, you're the one you got the spreadsheet, you take notes, you data mine, you're the one who's supposed to know everything, man.
It's a complicated game. So
It is
hey,
a complicated
Blaj,
game.
welcome. Really well fought. Oh, wait, no, he was here and then he's gone. Oh, I thought I heard him
He's
say
gone.
Maybe he'll
Oh,
rejoin.
that's unfortunate. Come back. When he comes back, I'm gonna let you kind of take over post game chat role. I want you guys to have discussion, and largely because basically all I hear when you talk is humming, and so it's can be complex. I can still, hold the conversation, but it's easier than me just trying to read what you're saying and respond
That's
or
fair.
potentially interrupt. So
Thank you for casting so many of the games as well. Really appreciate it.
oh, it's been a blast. I love watching. I mean, I knew that I would like to do this, but I had no idea um exactly how much I really do enjoy just saying just watching Old World get played.
Yeah. It was fun to be able to play with mangonels here at the end. You don't usually get to play with them.
Yeah, this is I think only one of 2 games where Mangonel showed up. The other one I believe being Mojo versus
Oro, yeah.
Oro.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to think, like, how can he kill me or disrupt me? Hey, Blaj, really well played. Can you hear us? He says he can't hear anything.
Blaj, you live? Uh, you could try changing options.
If he can't hear us, then he can't hear us. So.
Yeah, if you can't hear us, then you can't hear us, I suppose. You could also.
No, I can hear you.
You can hear us now? Hello. Yes, hello. Really well fought.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I was.
All right, hey, Blaj, thanks for
at...
playing, man. Thanks for joining in. I'm going to let you and Alcaras chat it out because I'm having some audio issues on my end as well. But I just wanted to say before you guys dive into it, your defensive Durathara was amazing, and your gameplay throughout the tournament has been incredible. Watching you be put in these situations that are like basically everybody watching is like, oh man, there's no way he's going to get out of this, and then you manage to find a way out anyway. I just really wanted to say great job there. But yeah, I'm going to let you guys talk it out and do your post game chat and just kind of be on the sidelines here.
All right, thanks. Yeah, I've been looking at the graphs and we are pretty much even. My major problem was not getting enough stone, and you bought all the wonders, and that's where I was left behind.
Yeah, I think
I spent a huge amount of time building military units. I think from turn 60 or something, I only built military, and that was a mistake, I think, because I was left behind in development a bit. Because I wanted to attack you earlier, but you always like you got the right units just in time and rushed them out, and I could never attack.
Yeah, it was definitely.
Go
ahead.
There was one moment when you were setting up that onager line. I was thinking about attacking before you had the forts, and I think I could have done something there, but I'm not sure.
It's always hard to tell. Yeah, it was definitely a very tense game. You held my attack on Durathar beautifully. And then after that, I was worried you were just going to roll over me because you took Utica. And I was worried you were just going to pour in and like that was it. But you stopped and didn't attack in. And I managed to find my footing again. And we kind of went into a standoff. On the stone, I think I expanded to the south really early and took those cities pretty quickly, where I think you didn't clear them until pretty late. So you'll notice I have a lot of mountain quarries up in the south where you didn't have any quarries there. So
yeah, I expanded very late onto that peninsula at the bottom. Those cities almost didn't do anything, just give me discontent. So,
yeah, I also had.
Yeah, I had a lot of problems with discontent and money. That's pretty awful.
I did too, I think, around turn 70, 80, because I had spent, 92 legitimacy on orders as a schemer, especially on Durathar. I think I was buying orders every turn there. I had minus 92 legitimacy from being a schemer. And then, like, my first inheritance, I think all my families were in red. Everything was like minus 100. So I was really scared you were going to attack. But I think you were also having issues at the same time. So, like, we were both dealing with internal politics.
Yeah, but I couldn't get the sages out of the negative opinion hole at the end, and they were at minus 200 or 300 for the end of the game. So it was pretty painful, but I didn't really change the outcome. So
yeah, I managed to get, like, I think I had the tough problems with opinion around turn 66 to like turn 80, 85 or so, and then I sorted it out. And then I've had the same second ruler for the entire time, which has helped as well. So only 2 rulers this game, both really long lived. Both our starting rulers lived a long time. So
yeah, I think I only had 2 rulers as well. Not sure, but I only remember 2.
yeah. Well, really, really well played. Thank you again for the game. Any questions that you have or things you want to mention?
Not really.
No, I don't see any questions from chat. And yeah, I think you both played an interesting game, and I think Blaj, I mean, good show on Babylon. I think you had a nice science lead. It was really cool that you sages. One thing I liked from your early play was that you ended up saging into monasticism, and I thought it was clever to take advantage of early shrines spam. Babylon has some decent shrines with extra science, extra civics, and you put the civic shrine in a handful of your cities, the science shrine in a handful of your cities, and I don't think monasticism is a huge early priority when you think something like sages, but I think you leverage it quite nicely to, when you drew that. So that was cool.
Yeah, I was quite happy with that monasticism.
Yeah.
Free tech.
Wait, Alcaras, we have a question for you in the chat. At what point did you feel or know that you had won definitively?
I think when I got Manichaeism and Christianity, and I got those 2 religions, that's when I realized the path to point victory was open, because the 2 wonders would give me an extra 4 points, and then I just needed, I think, 3 or 4 more wonders, and then I did the math, and I was like, okay, I have victory in like 15, 16 turns. And then it was just like, okay, I don't need to barge in, and I just need to hold, build a really strong defensive line. And I thought, what can kill me? I thought cataphracts can kill me, because if I have a siege line, cataphracts will just destroy that. So I want to get pikemen to shut down cataphracts. And then as a safety behind pikemen, I can get mangonels to make it really hard to break into my lands. That's why I have that really strong fort defensive line. I was a little worried when I saw his boats in the south, because like obviously an attack in the south where I was vulnerable was trouble, but I had pretty good vision with agents, so I saw the biremes and managed to get cartography myself and spam out some triremes and shut down any sort of sea invasion. And then from there, it was just like
I wanted to either invade Carthage with a very long line because I wanted to do a treachery with an agent and synchronize it with the boat attack and all that, but you got the triremes just in time. So
yeah, there was a lot of just in time, I think,
yeah,
for me this game.
yeah, I was thinking about attacking in the south as well, but yeah, I was not decided where I wanted to go, and then you got triremes at the bottom as well, and I
the time, I
abandoned it.
definitely think that was strong thinking on your part because really this defensive line between these two northern cities were just becoming more and more impenetrable. And I think if you could have gotten sea supremacy and put anchors in the north towards Carthage and maybe anchors in the south, if nothing else, even if you couldn't launch a direct invasion, I think it would have forced Alcaras to try and to have to break up some of this cluster to go sit in other positions of the map to defend, which could have maybe given you more room to move around with. But yeah, he it was good use of vision, good use of paying attention to his opponent because he had an agent that worked pretty much in every one of your cities that was building ships, and then almost immediately when that started happening, I think maybe the first round of ships came out, and then next thing you know, you look on the Alcaraz's perspective, and he has cartography toggled, and with his science at the time, he actually managed to get there before you did. You were building biremes, and you had targeted cartography, I assume, to upgrade to tries at some point. But Alcaraz even got there before you did, and then he rushed out a bunch of triremes. So that was actually a direct response to your tactics. So I think you both did. Yeah, I think you both had good decision making there. Where Blaj's issue was, I can't break into this massive wall. What can I do? Well, okay, build a navy, apply pressure in other parts of the map, and then Alcaraz was able to catch that and be like, all right, well, that's my next weak point. Kind of like how he assessed cataphracts and built pikes. Well, then he saw the biremes and he built boats, and yeah, so it was interesting to watch, kind of like a little bit of the back and forth, even though it wasn't direct conflict of like one unit killing another unit. There was a little bit of a meta strategy happening where it's all like, how is Blaj going to solve the problem? Okay, he makes a decision, and then Alcaraz spots that decision, and that becomes a problem for Alcaraz. So, right, so how Alcaraz is going to solve that problem, and that happened a little bit throughout the game, and it was cool to watch.
Yeah, about so I the sages being below minus 200 for like 40 turns really hurt me with the boats, especially because I couldn't rush any boats in my sage cities, and I had three sage cities at the top. And I had a plan that I would sacrifice my boats and do an anchor that way, because he was very bunched up at the bottom, and you can wall them off with like 3 or 4 sacrificial ships, and you can delay it for 1 turn, so he can't attack my anchored ships. But I couldn't get enough boats for that because my sages were furious at me. So, and probably he would have rushed some more triremes, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, politics is always a tricky situation. At the end of the game here, Babylon's not looking too hot. But then if we go over to Carthage, it's all friendly. And that also translates to combat advantage. That's like a 20 or 30 point combat swing in terms of combat strength, too. The friendliest versus the angriest families. So it definitely does get tricky. And of course, you lose tools like rushing, which is immensely powerful. It'd be interesting to. I'm not going to dive deep into it, but I mean, when we look at things like opinion, like legitimacy and religious opinion in Carthage, right? He's getting 200 from legitimacy and 200 from religious opinion. But if we hop over to Babylon and look at your worst family, we actually have 181 from religious opinion and 161 from legitimacy. So there's, again, I'm not going to parse through the whole list, but it's interesting because there's a lot more extra Oh, and for discontent, right? Sage's discontent in Babylon is -64, and then statesman discontent, not 64, 640, forgive me. And statesman discontent in Carthage is -581, and yet the opinion gap between both of these families, statesman is +200, and sages is -452. So again, I'm not going to do it right here live or with you folks, but it would be interesting to look through that data in the save after the fact and really parse out where that massive 600-point opinion gap between those two situations is coming from, because you guys are very similar in the range of opinion from your big sources, which are things like religion and legitimacy. So that
Yeah.
was something I was noting towards the end of the game that I found fascinating.
There were two things that I remember right now. I had to assassinate a very hostile religious leader, and that was a sage guy, and it got exposed. And I had a -80 from that, and I had -90 from not having an Amorite like a sage leader. Those were two of the bigger ones that I remember, but yeah, maybe
there
I
are
don't know if
opposing gods that have fewer
Alcaraz had
zealots, scholar, things like that. So it definitely all adds up, but that's just a massive difference. It's 600 opinion. Really cool to
I don't
see
know
the
if
way that
Alcaraz had
politics can play a
the
role.
yeah. Right. Sorry. So did Alcaraz had both of the luxuries for statesman?
No, I only had the pearls.
No?
I didn't find wine anywhere. I don't think we had wine on our map, or I bulldozed the wine stupidly. I don't remember.
Yeah. Okay. I had one of the luxuries for sages as well. So that's not the difference. I don't know.
Really fun game though. Really appreciate it, and yeah, pretty epic.
Yeah. It was cool. I should have went for a smaller map. That was I knew you were probably better at economy than me, but
I was surprised you gave me the map pick. It was my first time getting a map pick, and I was very happy to have map pick.
Yeah, I just gave everyone map pick for some reason. I didn't want to think about it. That was probably not a great idea.
Cool. Well, thank you
Yep.
again.
Well, Alcaraz is going to be facing me in his next fight, and I am most certainly not giving him the map pick. So, if nothing else, I will learn a lesson from this game. But yeah, you guys both played very, very well, and I appreciate Blaj you joining in on the tournament. We will be saying goodbye to Blaj for now. He is eliminated, and I just want to thank you for all the time you taken to make these games happen, and of course for allowing us to watch and spectate and comment. If you do ever happen to go back and rewatch any of your games, know that any criticisms or jokes were said with the utmost respect and love. And really, genuinely, it was awesome to just watch you guys play. So thanks you both for giving us this opportunity.
Thank you for casting.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna duck out here and wrap up the stream. And thanks again, guys.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
You.
And that's it. I'm going to turn off the stream here. Thanks for watching. Next match will be versus Scientific. So until then, take care.